Welcome to another edition of JTJU, where we all try to be just a little better at the game of Clash of Clans. I got a base envy screencast for you, episode 2 from our war on 7-Eleven versus QC Futur Power. Sadly, no power for them. They lost 112-45. Wait a minute, let's warm up a little bit. Alright, thank you, Maniac. But back to the screencast. What we want to do is break down the best base that QC had and see if there was a way to beat it. So, without ado, let's take a look at Loskriss' base, Town Hall 9 with a walkabout layout. So let's look at what's good. So first of all, the walkabout design is a little bit more advanced version of the merry-go-round in that you walk even more. Not only going around a circle of the middle, you're actually going out and then in, out and then in, so you're getting shot more because you're walking more. The second point is the buried air and buried clan castle. In both cases, you can't really do a dragon attack because the air defenses are covered by clutter, and the clan castle itself requires like a hog attack with heal support to actually get deep enough to trigger it. The third point is actually the whiz towers. There's a couple interesting things about them. One, they're in range of the middle, so if you do penetrate in there when your troops try to come back out, they got two walls to get back to the whiz towers while they're shooting at them. Secondly, notice how the Teslas are actually set up with the whiz towers behind a walled structure. This defends the whiz towers against like witch spam, as well as the Teslas can sneak attack like a ranged unit that comes in, pops up, and then takes it out. So your whiz towers are actually a very core component of this base design and work rather well. As you can see here, it definitely slows down the attack and keeps them to a 2-star. So with that said, I mean, how do you go about trying to figure out how to do better than my failed attack here, just a 2-star? You've really got to find the weaknesses, and with this base, with any walkabout base or a merry-go-round, the weakness is the spread. You know, because his defenses aren't overlapping, if you can isolate and then move through with a sustained army, you have a chance at 3-star if you can move quickly. And that means using jump spells, witches, healers, something to that effect. But before I go into that, let's have an intermission and take a watch of a classic moment in Flashdance, 1980, Jessica Biel, showing everyone why, when you're in the loo, not to pull down on a handle. Yes, it's water and a chair, and no matter how much you bang on it, you're still going to be wet. But anyway, back to the battle. So how do you 3-star? Well, when I look at this spread base, I think sustained, because it's going to be a war of attrition, so think witches, healers, things like that. Point number 1. The second point is a little more interesting though, and that's the jump. Instead of using heal or rage, you're with a sustained army. I mean, you got the witches firing up skeletons right and left, so why not use the jump spell to deal with the main issue you have in the attack getting to 3-star, and that's the walls in the final stages. As you can see here with the yellow highlights, if you use the jump spells in those locations, because of the way the base layout is using a 2-gap space with that inner circle, the jump spell will actually not only give you access from the outside to the middle, but also if you place it right, it'll give you access to where the wizard towers are. So your troops can go all crazy on all 3 spots. So I think that's a great way of potentially getting to the 3-star. It's still pretty spread out. There's a lot of stuff to take out. But at least if you watch like the attack before, again, that I was doing, when they die off is when they're actually in the mid and trying to figure out how to get out again. So as Jessica Biel gets her letter from the League of Evil, clearly she's the sister to Dr. Horrible, good luck in your wars, and until next time, clash on.